Alrighty. Good evening, everyone. It is me, and I am here for yet another super rare summer stream. In case you weren't following last night, I have been working a ridiculous amount of hours at work because I do work all summer, and I worked, I'm not sure, but almost 100 hours last week. That's right, 100 hours in a week. And I'm home. I'm sitting in my own chair in front of my own equipment, just relaxing. This is fantastic. So I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna play some NoMansSky. I may have the curator and leader of UN42 and NoMansSky Cafe join me a little later. So yeah, come join, chill. You know how it goes. We're gonna be playing normal because, well, we're just sort of chilling. I got my coffee, I got my controller, I got my phone, I got all of the things. Oh, what are we doing tonight? Alright. Oh yes, I wanted to put a marker here for me and Lily to come and use this later. Oh, I need a microprocessor. It'll be a black mark, it'll be easier to see. Drift does not allow me to do that, I don't think. didn't bounce off enough. Ooh, there's a whole slew of these things kicking around. Careful of that thing, I guess. I'm getting all of the text messages. Alright, so in case you haven't noticed, this is my brand spanking new Class S capital ship. Wait a minute. I think I wanted to go back to that A-Lors and I wanted to go to Genesis. Come on. Too high to initiate landing. Why does it do that? Ottawa Station. There it is. Home. Welcome to Ottawa Station, everyone. I think this is probably the first time I've actually shown this on stream. I'm sure you've seen it on Twitter, I think is where I posted videos. I'm trying not to give out the coordinates to this place. It's my favorite. It's a place it's far from everyone. Oh, guess I should probably fuel these. Not like I kind of need to, I don't think, though. Oops. This whole base is, and the other two that are in this system, they're literally for making fusion igniters. Oh, I'm getting all of the messages. Alright, sweet. Lily will be joining me shortly. You know, I still like building with the old materials. I'm really glad they didn't get rid of all of them. I'm super glad they didn't get rid of all the old building materials. But this is Ottawa Station. It's one of my favorite personal builds. It is a ground station, which means it's probably susceptible to reset. But I spent a good deal of time and effort on it. So I will be sad when it sort of goes away during the reset. Good, nice vantage point right about here. I have saves in almost every building. Hey man, what's up DG? Welcome. I don't think you've seen Ottawa Station yet. But this is Ottawa Station. Take you for a brief tour. Oh, I just got an invitation from Lily. I might invite her to this game instead. I'm gonna have to. Okay, I'm gonna set up a party. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, 2 seconds, guys. I'm just trying to figure out how to add and how to invite someone to a game that's already in progress. I think I actually have to go to options in game and do it. Network and voice. Invite friends. There we go. There she is. Perfect. Yes, I did. I already sent her one. I'm just hoping she'll join soon. You might want to message her. There she is. Hopefully there's no gnat issues.
I didn't get a warning.
Oh, hold on. I gotta switch ears. There you are. Perfect.
Oh, I'm nervous. What the?
So, I'm at Ottawa Station. It's the private station I built like ages ago. Mm-hmm. So you should be. Did you get the invite to the game?
I did. I'm sending out.
Nice.
Not really.
All right. So.
Did you see in the chat I posted what I'm about to tweet? Yeah.
I don't think so, but DGs, you may want to turn your music and effects down on the game controls. They should be down. You should be able to hear just fine. General options, sensitivity, graphics, HUD enable, temperature, field of view. Where the hell is it? I don't need that. Where the hell is it? Sensitivity, flight. Why is my flight sensitivity so fucking low?
Really?
Yeah.
Retarded.
Yeah.
No, it's not that. It's I went to accept your invite because I had already opened up my game.
Yeah.
And it gave me the option of whether I want to leave and join you, yes or no. And every time I clicked yes, it didn't do anything. I clicked no, and it did the whole dial thing. I was like, really?
Nice. Gorgeous.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know how to turn down my game effects.
It's in your game.
Lily is very quiet. She is? Okay, well, hold on a second here and then. You're going to have to put your mic closer to your face. Where? Ah,
I don't
here it
have
is.
a separate mic.
That's okay.
It's attached to my headphones.
I will turn the sound effects down. Because I'm blind and didn't see it the first time. Better? DG will help us out. We'll set the audio. I'll set to 39. Which is better for me anyway. How about now? Oh, make sure your voice is shared in your settings because you might be coming through my feedback, right? That's why you might be too quiet.
Last night.
Okay. We'll find out, I guess. Dun dun dun. This is one of the first systems I ever discovered back in 2016. Oh, thanks for the sub there, DG. You took long enough, bro. Thanks for the sub. As in, submarine sandwich. Oh, right. You see that? DG can make a sandwich. I thought that was funny. I laughed.
Is that better?
Yeah, he gave me the thumbs up.
Yay.
Hurrah.
I turned my mic all the way the fuck up. Because it was like, it was past 3/4 of the way before.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, I unplugged the wrong unit. Hold on, I gotta plug in my vape. Because...
Go for it.
Because vape.
Ooh. Alright. That's so nice.
That is tasty. In case anybody's not paying attention, I do not vape any illicit substances. I do the tobacco, and or the nicotine rather, and this stuff is like custard cream cake something, and it tastes. If awesome had a taste, this would be it. Just saying.
I'm doing blueberry, peach, and dragon fruit.
Dragon fruit.
Yeah. It just makes it a little bit
So many offensive comments come through my head with that statement, and all of them are staying in the cupboard. Okay, so what did you do? So you tweeted the tweets you needed to tweet?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, we'll wait 5 minutes before we do anything.
And I also gave the warning ahead of time to the people I normally go ask approval from.
Oh, right. But, I think, given, the current stratum, with all the stuff I see you going through and all the drama and all the garbage, I think people need to remember that this is a fucking game. And getting all mad and bent out of shape really doesn't do you any favors. All it does is make everyone who plays the game look slightly stupid. So that's my take. Well, you know my take. I really don't give a shit. Well, I don't. I haven't indulged in any of the drama. So I don't deal with drama well. Normally, I'll do it the TheFragNinja way. You start getting butthurt. I'll start calling you Muffin. And then after I'm done calling you Muffin, I'm gonna hit the bricks. And I'm not gonna come back. And you're gonna be, and that's the way things work. It's I'm not taking your shit. I'm here to play video games. You don't want to fucking play games, then I'm gonna fucking tell you to fuck right off. And then and if you don't fuck off, I will fuck off, and I will leave you holding the bag. Goodbye.
That is more than fair.
It is, yeah. I'm not hurting anyone. I tell them, it's not like I'm not going to talk to them again, because I don't do that sort of shit. But I'm just going to basically ignore them. It's until you fix your shit, get out of my face. If you can't fix your shit, stay out of my face. That's just the way it goes. I'm not gonna hold it against them. I don't hold grudges. So.
Did you see the tweet I sent out?
Not yet. I haven't checked my scone. I have the Sony going live with the TheFragNinja, setting some stuff straight and clearing the slate. That's a good way to go.
Make popcorn.
I see the popcorn. I see your popcorn, and I raise you the vape.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I got one of those, the vape to mouth, but I've used a vape to lung for such a long time that I'm just I have to sit there and I got to haul on it for half an hour. It's watching my coil burn. I blame DG. Okay, DG just said that your mic is not right. I can barely hear her. Okay, so check and see if you got your share mic on. And
well, if I did, you wouldn't be able to hear me at all.
That's not true, because I'm wearing a set of Sonys, and my Sonys are jacked because I'm deaf in one ear.
Gotcha.
Oh my god, that's tasty. Either that or DG's pulling my leg. And he's not the type to do that sort of thing. He, like me, is Canadian, but he's from the West Coast. So we progressively get nicer as you go from the East Coast to the West Coast. So the East Coasters are really nice, great people. Then you get to Ontario and everybody's miserable as fuck. That's me, by the way. As you continue west, we keep getting nicer. That's how that works. Just so you know. I'm from Northern Ontario, so I'm especially miserable because reasons. Lily was distant and echoey. Yeah, she might be echoing through my
Share party
Sony's.
audio is on.
Well, that's interesting. That shouldn't be a thing.
And this headset doesn't have a separate microphone, so I don't know.
Okay, this will have to do then.
Here,
You weren't
hold on.
quiet
I
last
may
night.
have another idea.
Yeah, you weren't quiet last night. Like, at least I was checking. When I rewatched, it sounded okay. You're gonna echo no matter what because you're going through my Sony's.
Right. Hold on a second, I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. Dun dun dun. What about my PS4 controls? What about them? In my general options? Music, volume, graphics, motion blur, screen brightness. Oh, and hers. No, she just jacked hers, I think. There shouldn't be any issues. I know she's going to echo no matter what. See, usually I have this all run through a mixer, but I quit broadcasting like that, so I don't have the mixer anymore. I used to put everything through an analog mixer, and it sounded amazing. But then I got that low 60 hertz buzz, and I couldn't remove it. Drove me insane, so I had to unplug it.
Is this better?
Holy shit, yes.
Yes.
So let's check. We'll wait for DG to respond.
Turtle Beach over PS4 headphones. That's a sad day.
Well, what are you using for PS4? Like, what do you, like the actual PS4 headphones?
They were the really nice PS4 headphones. It was a gift from Ranger because I did some artwork for him, like the $100 price tag up headphones.
But it's got no.
What I was wearing before.
Yeah, see, I'm actually using some DX550s or DX560s. They're like a $300 pair of headphones, and I got them for $50. And they're Sony's, and this has just got a dongle mic, but again, my voice is all down in my chest, right? So as it's sitting there, it comes in really clear. But I find that Turtle Beaches, I find that if you have a directional mic, which is what the Turtle Beaches have, you're gonna come in clear no matter how shitty the mic is, unless of course you're using a directional Sennheiser, which will always come in fucking awesome. The Sony microphones aren't nearly as good as the Sennheisers. But they're durable as fuck. You can beat the shit out of them. Okay, so you're in the system here, right? So you can.
I'm on a planet. I'm on Eden.
Eden, yeah. I should be on Ontario.
All right over.
But yeah, so
Do we
this
have
is
confirmation that it sounds better?
Oh yes. DG just was calling me a bunch of names because that's what he does.
Oh my gosh.
He said much better.
Good. So. Yay. Alright.
I thought I had added a table and chair in here. I guess I didn't.
I'm headed that way. I'll be there in 1 minute.
Oh, right. Cool.
Okay, so like...
I'll wait for you in the lodge.
Sounds like a plan.
You haven't been here yet. I don't think you've been here yet. This is Yeah, this is my private system. This was founded in 2016. This is Ottawa Station. Or
Oh, this is it.
this is Ottawa Station.
Yay. Oh, that is too cool. And to think we were neighbors before we met, that is just awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing. If you found your original planet, I would be like within a couple light years, I think. Let's see if I can sit down here.
Oh, pirates. Bring it. Ooh, how many?
6.
Wow.
So I'll just sit here and chill.
That was... I'm back on my way again.
No worries.
I'm in the Cafe Cruiser. It doesn't take me long.
So, DG says, sorry, not much of a name caller. You gotta hang around with me more, because then you'll learn. You will learn. Like, I was looking for a new title at work, so we were having a conversation about titles and stuff, and I don't go in for that shit. You know, I am the guy you call when you need to get shit done, and that's what my title should be. And it, like, they were going, well, there's no more, you know, there's no more, you know, senior technicians. There's no more supervisors. It's just juniors and technicians and field tech and lab tech, and, you know, and then there's just general technician, which is a guy who can do everything. And I said, nope, I want my title changed. I want it to be asshole staple face. Because if you treat me like an asshole, I'm going to staple your face. So that is my work title, asshole staple face.
What was that?
What? What happened?
What was that? Hold on. Land. Where did that come from?
Where did what come from? Oh, I
I had a
heard
message
something.
across the top of my screen, and I am curious where it came from.
What did it say? Did you get a screenshot?
Hold on.
Yeah, that might have been the message node that I dropped, and it said DG. It says DG is a filthy Westerner. That's what it said.
DG, check the UN42 public chat.
What am I looking for? Oh, where's the public chat? The jukebox? Am I in the UN42 public chat? That's Cafe 42.
It's the Cafe Amino.
Oh, right. Let me pull up the amino. I barely use amino.
It's okay.
Ooh, jeez. What is going on here? Where did you go? Why? Why are you bugging me? Message update. I can't find amino.
It's okay. DG will run tandem with me.
Yeah, that's true. Where is the amino? Why does it not show? Why is it not updating? VidCon. No, I don't see it. Oh, wait. I seen an @ symbol. But that's Tweeter. We got 3 people watching, and DG's laughing at me. He must be the filthy filthy Westerner. Do you see how that Freudian slip there, DG?
Get on with it. You know what? I'm gonna let my boys handle that over there at the Amino because I'm not about that.
What happened?
No.
Major case of Huntington's disease?
Yes. Just more shit, man. Just more shit.
Well, fuck 'em.
I swear to God. You know what? I trust my guys to handle shit, so
just don't worry about it.
God, yep. I'm fucking shaking though. Ooh.
Why?
Okay.
So what I'll do is, now that you're here, and I'm gonna do this, so I'll wait for you to show up, and I'm gonna hide the menu, and then I'm gonna ask you some questions, and then you can answer. So I will set the
God bless, man. Like, hey, you know, I'm gonna go set the record straight and, you know, maybe chill some shit out, and then I get that shit and it's like, excuse me? Alright.
So who the hell was going retarded? Like, what was the problem?
Apparently a little bitch named Harley Quinn, and I'm not calling her that. I'm saying that they showed up and they said a little bitch is in the house, and they announced themselves that way. So
nice.
I say that in the vein that they gave me.
Yep, that's fine.
I don't know.
That's fine. That's what they can't get mad at you for using the thing that they called themselves. That would just be stupid. That would just be stupid. Sorry, I'm just scratching. Itchy.
Okay, actually I think I do want to see this.
What are we doing? What's going on?
I am just watching the glory that is good people.
Alright.
Thank you guys, thank you. See? Family, damn it. Hell yeah.
So, right. Excuse me. Hey, AZ's online. Woohoo! AZ is a frag ninja, like myself. Now all we need is for friggin', I think what we might end up having is send Scandal some euros. Get him back on here. We've paid each other's bills before.
That's family. I like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mostly Smoke. He's got the monies.
Okay. Let me see if I can. Where are you?
I am up in the. You see the. Where are you? Did you land yet? At.
Yeah, I did.
Ottawa. Okay, so you see the. You see the log cabin?
Yes.
I'm in there upstairs.
Okay.
It's the only place I have a couch, unfortunately.
I'm hopping along the rooftops because I am a space frog, so...
Space frog, mother. Unless you listen to 90s music, you will not get that reference, but... I know DG got it. He was all over that shit. What is the name of that band? Space Lord is the name of the song. Space Lord. But who's it by? Monster Magnet. Space frog, mother, hey. Yeah, I should never sing ever online. I'm actually not a terrible singer, but I just can't sing that type of music.
Time to sit in the couch.
All right, have a seat.
I'm gonna try. I'm a gex, so that's problematic. That's not gonna work.
Try the other side.
You have to go at it. You have to go at it from the right angle, or it doesn't do any good. Like.
to turn around, just go into your visor and click the button. And turn the which direction you want.
I know. Let's see. Nope, he's gonna sit backwards. Yep.
To me, you're facing towards the window.
The joys of being Gek.
Why did just be a tall Gek? There you go. You're on the couch. Now do a 180. Oh, you fell off the couch.
I know.
There you go. All right, you're back on the couch. Whoa. You were like right bent out of shape. You're using your foot as a pillow. Fuck.
I told you.
You are broken.
It's problematic.
You are
problematic
broken.
when you're a Gek. I was serious.
Well, you can sit on the floor, I guess. Or the table.
I'm trying to get on the table. It'd be easier.
Alright, let me turn the... That's the wonderful thing about multiplayer. When you turn the camera on, you can move it. There you go. That is awesome. You are seriously using your foot. That's fucking hand rest. That's amazing. All right, everyone. What's that? What does Keemstar say? Let's get right into the news. Drama alert nation, etc., etc. Ad infinitum and nauseum. I am your host.
We need a yard gnome.
Yeah. I am your host. Obsidian Zero / Pettitivans / TheFragNinja. I've got so many names. I will let you call me whatever you want. You can even call me asshole Stapleface. I will also answer to that name as well. And I am here with Lily, aka NoMansSky Cafe, aka Lily. And she's got some shit she's got to tell you. Now, let me fill you in on a few things, because I don't really follow all the drama that is the NoMansSky drama universe with the Federation and the Thing and the Underworld and, you know, all those fuckers. I don't follow any of them. But I'll tell you right now that I have never seen anyone work so damn hard to keep people talking than this lady right here. She's put up with a lot of shit from a lot of different people, and if you ask me, it's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my entire life, and you all motherfuckers better be fucking ashamed of yourselves, because you're all fucking retarded, and that is my statement right there. Now, she's got some shit to say, and whatever I say is my own opinion. It's got nothing to do with her opinions. I've got nothing to do with, you know, my thoughts are my own, hers are her own, and I'm behind her 100%. She wants to get shit organized, and she wants to get shit set straight between all these different civs, all these different hubs, and I think she's doing a fantastic job, and you guys need to lay the fuck off. That's just me. So, Lily, why don't you explain what was going on and what you're attempting to try and do here?
Oh. Okay, let's see. How to start this? Well, I guess the easiest way is to just kind of go to the beginning here. So, the cafe was designed originally, literally out of an elitist demeanor, where they were pretty much making fun of smaller civs, trash talking, giving people shit, and then the minute that they realized it was actually taking off, they wanted that back for themselves. Meanwhile, AH went off and did its own thing. I helped found it, and it kind of started to fall in love with the underdogs, because it's like, that's the soul of community, right? Because what I thought was soul of community was actually just a bunch of asshole leaders, so.
Right.
And Vapid, I'm talking to you. You're not a leader anymore. I can say your name now. Ha. So, anyway. Well, if I'm going to be honest, I might as well be honest. So that's kind of how that went. And from there on out, I've noticed that every time somebody comes in and they don't fit in, or poor admin, bless his heart, got to swing the band hammer for the first time for the cafe tonight. Bless him.
Nice.
Thank you for that. Yeah, it was warranted. It was, wow. But anyway, so I noticed that everybody that I met that was supposedly, bad people, or just didn't fit in, or whatever the thing was, usually ended up being some of the coolest people that I ever knew. But I noticed that there was a lot of places that, like Amino Hub, whenever it was first set up, it was Occupad specific. Like the region before the reset was actually called the Occupad Conflux. Now it's, or the Occupatica Conflux. Now it's the Occupad Conflux. And so the hub was specific to that area, right? Just like Galactic Hub is specific to their area. So you don't talk about other civs, other locations, what have you, unless you're in that area, right? And if you're not, then where do you go? And so the cafe was created to be that place where part cafe, part cantina, part local bar, pub with a Monty Python, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy kind of vibe, just come in, make friends, do your thing, and talk about yourself, right? So that was the point of why it was made. And over time, it kind of picked up speed with that whole thing, and I started finding more and more people that wanted to play together as different civs and hubs and what have you. And so I started trying to create that too. In time, fast forward to now, and this is like years worth, fast forward to now, Cafe now has the only viable alternative to the Federation.
Wow.
And that's UN-42. And it is designed to be exactly everything that the Federation is not. And that's not out of hatred for the Federation, that's because they already have what they are. What I need to encompass is everything that they aren't. And that way it covers both ends of the spectrum. Those that fall into their mindset, people who love the documentation, people who want to do all the things to get in and join, and they love their way of ruling their own factions and what have you. That's great for them. But for everybody else, they need something else that they can belong to. And so this was created to be that.
Oh, your mic just cut out, my dear.
Yes, it did. It did on purpose because I had a cough. So that is the basis of this. And as I've become more vocal and I've been drawn into more awareness of things, the UPA kind of, first off, UN-42 has been around for about 2 years. It was not called UN-42 in the beginning. It was called T. It was Traveling Entities Anomalous. And it was basically a rule set meant to govern parties that were completely nomadic,
Right.
or in their own locations, whatever. Basically kind of like a peace treaty. Not so much aimed towards peace, but saying if you need support, we're here. Just don't be a crappy human. And you can claim alliances, do trade, whatever you want to do under this flag if you want to. And so there's that. And whenever I realized that wasn't enough, it didn't encompass enough, it didn't mean enough, I just kind of let it fall off. And I figured, well, if the time comes, I'll grow it into what it should be. Otherwise, maybe we just don't need it. Turns out we did. But at the time, I let it fall off. So, if you're a part of the Cafe Amino, if you actually look through my old wikis, you will actually find the 1/4T, and you'll see that the date actually drops in 2017. It also has a repost in 2018, right before the drop, and the revision is UN-42. So this is not a new thing. This is a very old thing.
Yeah, I remember. I think. Yeah, I remember because I was watching you and let's see, I was watching you and Cobra and I think it's Nevendander on Twitter. That you guys are the only three I really followed because, well, I don't, like I said, I just follow interesting shit, right? And I actually remember those posts, if I remember correctly. I think I came in around the time you guys were redoing UN-42, but like, I think it was me, Mike, and Scandal. I think we built a couple of bases over there in Cafe, I think it was. So yeah, and I remember you talking about this kind of thing, and I was totally, and like a lot of other players, I think I was totally unaware of the things that were going on in the background of No Man's Sky, and I didn't realize that there was so many different intricate alliances and so many different ways to communicate and to form groups. I didn't realize that was there. Like, I mean, the TheFragNinja's been around since 2012, I think. A loosely knit bunch of people, probably around 30, give or take. And it's yeah, like I was totally unaware of the goings on of No Man's Sky. Like, it was, I didn't realize it was so intricate, and there were so many different people that were doing this thing. Like, Reddit was just flooded when I went to go and read it. And then I met you guys, you and DG and the rest of them, and realized just how much work was put into this. Like, you should explain like how much effort you put into starting these things and keeping them going.
That's an intense thing. So everything that I do is based off of the community pulse. And when I say that, I mean I follow. Case in point, I run the Cafe Amino, right? And we're nearing 800 members in there. And I follow every single one of them, except for the one that just got banned because yeet. So...
You just made me snot up my nose.
Yeet the piece. So, like, no, it is very much following everybody that I can. Seeing what they're saying, seeing what they're feeling, figuring out what's missing, listening to what upsets them, what makes them happy, what their inspirations are, what their creativity level is, like what is it that they are looking for that doesn't exist.
Hold on 2 seconds. DG was just asking if you wanted this the feed posted into the Amino so others can watch.
Blow it up. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Okay, so keep explaining. I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, this is interesting. So, I guess once you figure out what it is that people want, then you start trying to fulfill that need. Partly because I can. And partly because it needs to be done. People that get bored or frustrated are usually the first ones to lash out because they don't understand why what they want, what they feel, and what they see in their head doesn't exist. And so they start trying to fight for it because in their mind, if it doesn't exist, it must be because somebody said no. And a lot of times people have said no. So I'm like, well, I don't have a problem with it, so I'll just do the thing.
Right.
So to come up with the original version of UN-42 took me about, I want to say 2 weeks of talking to, I talked to every end of the spectrum, actually. I talked to everybody that I could in the underworld. I partnered with Tempest for his ideas of what he thought needed to be said. I put it across to Mr. Jordan Murphy to see what he thought. I put it across to Zaz of the AGT. I put it across to Boyd of AH. I took it to Jamie with No Man's Sky Love, and I just kind of ran the gamut, right? I even took it to Hova, and we just kind of looked at it, and they're like, "Sounds good," right? And so at that point, it was like, okay, so if light side quotations and dark side quotations both agree that this is a space that needs to be filled and they're both okay with it, then I have done the thing.
Right.
We're okay. Except over time it's become a little bit more apparent that, yeah, they're okay with it, but every faction, every tribe, every community has that person that really doesn't like the idea of change possibly coming their direction, and
Right.
tends to get a little, get their hackles up about it. So that's why we had the revision to UN 42, was the fact that it doesn't encompass everything that it should have, because I did take so much of what everybody else said into account. It wasn't truly neutral, it wasn't truly open, it wasn't what it was supposed to be, because I listened to these people who you know, kind of got their hackles up, because once it's out there, right, it's there for the whole community. So community members, not leaders, have a say too. And whenever you start listening to the wrong ones, the tone changes a little bit. It was pure originally, and then over time it got tweaked a little more to make concessions for other people, and by the time we were done, it didn't stand for what it should have anymore. And so the current revision that will be dropped pretty much everywhere before long will be the new version, and that one is not only pure, but as somebody who's actually been in like the depths of this shit for like 3 years now, it's my vision. It's my vision based off of what everybody else has given me, what everybody else has said for 3 years, what I get in my DMs, what I get tweeted at me, what I get messaged to me, what I see posted. It's for them.
Right. Well, that's the thing. When you have too many, it always comes down to too many cooks in the kitchen, right? You have to, like, when you start compromising, at least this is my own take on the thing, when you start compromising, and that becomes problematic. Things are taken away that should have been kept. Things are brought in that should never have been in the first place. Which is why, like, having run a clan, well, a loosely knit group of people, and some closely knit group of people for as long as I have, I found that making concessions tends to eventually destroy the core. So it's keeping the core values of who and what you are over a long period of time, and the ones that are going to accept it, they're the ones that are going to stay, and the ones that aren't are going to be the ones to leave. As far as I'm concerned, if the person can't accept what's going on or the rules, then they have no right to be there in the first place. They have a choice to make. Either they accept what's going on and stay, or they find the fucking door. And if they can't find the door, then they have to keep their mouths shut. As far as I'm concerned, if you want to continue to play with the group of people, then you're going to have to. It's when in Rome. You know, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. And that's my take on it. Like, I don't run a huge civ. I think there's 5 of us that still play together. There are other groups of TheFragNinja throughout the PS4 and PC landscape. They play together as well, and some of them intermingle, some of them don't. So I understand where you're coming from, and when drama becomes a little, when drama becomes more than you can bear, then it's time to revise or walk away.
Mm-hmm.
And
hey, somebody's home if you want to invite him. He says he's available for 30 minutes.
Okay. I think I have him on my list. Who exactly?
If not, I sent it to you in DM. On Discord.
On Discord?
Yep.
Okay. I think I have him.
Yeah, because if I'm going to say this, I'm going to say this with him present.
Okay.
Because he's part of the problem.
Okay, so I think
and I don't mean that in a bad way.
I think I have him already. Hold on. Sorry, people, you're going to see the bouncing happy faces. And I am not the bouncy happy face type of person. So hold on a second here. I think I've got him in my friends list. I am unsure. I don't know. Maybe. I think he's under his real name though, and I don't want to say that while we're broadcasting.
If he is, then that's not the one.
Okay, so
he's the one that I sent you.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to search. Okay, so.
Just bounce to Discord.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, but I have to search for him to add him. So, because I don't have my bridge active, because I have a bridge, like an actual hardware bridge that bridges my computer to my PlayStation, so I can actually have people on Discord through PlayStation. Because I'm awesome, and that's what I do. Because I do all of the things. Okay, yeah, I got it. Eat shit. Sorry. Okay, bear with me, people. There he is. Okay, so alright, we are back. Welcome to the awesome sauce that is the interview with the NoMansSky Cafe, aka Lily, aka the person who does all of the things and takes all of the shit. I am your host, Pettidian Ivans, aka Obsidian Zero, aka Asshole Stapleface, and let's get right into the news.
Alright, so let's see. I think it might be easier.
Oh, hey, DMC.
If I just read. I think it might be easier if I just read the thing. And then we can just talk about it after, yeah?
Yeah, you can read the thing, and we will sit here and we will listen quietly, including the DMC. It is wonderful to see you. Thanks for joining me, DMC. Again, I'm here with an interview with at NoMansSky Cafe, aka Lily. I'm gonna go through it all over again.
Yeah, you don't have to be quiet either. That just makes it a little weird. Okay, so a little preface here is that in the last 2 weeks, I have had people manipulate my friendships. I have had people lie. I have had people absolutely destroy a very real friendship to the point that he lost his shit so bad that he actually went in and like completely wiped out and destroyed a Discord server and left some very damning text behind that unfortunately a lot of people got to see. I've had people threaten to raid the server. I've had people DM me threats. I've had all kinds of fun stuff. So the bullshit stops here. I'm done. I just don't care, okay? I just don't fucking care. I'm done. It's a video game, yeah? Video games are supposed to be fun. Emphasis on fun. Oh, and game too, yeah? So, the part that people don't realize is that this isn't RP, right? If it was RP, I wouldn't have an issue with it, because RP is just another way of playing, right? This isn't playing. These are actual trolls who came at me. And from what I understand, it's because I can change things. Well, yes, I can. And part of the problem is that I have had the ability for a long time, and I just sit on it. And so I'm kind of just a sitting target, and I realize that. Kind of failed as a leader because I was trying to maintain the quote-unquote peace. But see, it's not really peace if I'm constantly getting a gun pulled on my head, proverbially. And, you know, then I'm taken away from the community because I'm having to deal with that. So if you put that into perspective, exactly how much peace is there really?
True. Joining us now, we have Spider, aka Spider.
Hi, Spider.
Spider.
Hello.
And he's a spider.
I have a massive headache.
Okay, so for anybody listening, I want to explain this right now. Yeah, you did. You saw my Discord get completely wiped, and you saw some really horrific shit, and that was due to Spider. What you don't know is that we found out we were being manipulated afterwards, and we've been trying to actually figure out what happened and try to patch it up, because on the other side of that screen, you know, was another hurt person just as bad as I was. He's not a shitty individual. He's actually a very wonderful person. And so we tried to work it out a few times and we failed miserably. And then one night we were like, we've got to fix this. And we ended up just like venting at each other for like hours. And it wasn't pretty, but it was real. And we started kind of putting the pieces together, and we realized that the trolls had given up on trying to attack us like normally. Instead, they had resorted to manipulation, false information, lies, inserting themselves in a bunch of other stuff to actively fuck with us. And the reason why is because he is the leader of the largest part of the underworld, and he was allied with the cafe, which is the largest part of everything neutral in between, and combined it's kind of a force to be reckoned with. So if somebody doesn't want that, that's a bad thing, and that's a threat, and so they decided to try and take us out. What they don't realize is that we're both kind of empathic, so we both kind of felt each other a little bit, and so we kept trying to come back and fix it, so we did. And Spider even helped me lock down my server the other night while Frag was away from his computer. Nobody else was on to try and stave off a raid from yet another fun individual. And nah, he's my friend and I love him, so. Hi, Sparkle Muffin.
Hello.
Do you have anything you want to say? I have not read the thing yet. I'm about to read the thing.
I have quite a few things I'd like to say.
I'm going to say one thing before you do.
Mm-hmm.
Remember what we agreed on? That we... Yes. Okay, go for it.
Okay, wait, before he says anything, I have one thing to say as well. This is very, very important, and everyone needs to hear it.
Yes.
Go for it.
Nipples are amazing things. You may
I thought you
continue.
were just gonna say boobs.
No, my AI says that now, by the way. Periodically for no reason. Okay, continue.
Oh, good, it learned.
It did learn. Alright, Speeder, do your thing.
Oh, it's my turn?
It is your turn.
Okay. Hello, Internet. How are you doing?
Terabad.
It is nice to... Yeah.
Shithole.
It is,
Dumpster
it is
fire.
nice to make your acquaintance.
No, it isn't. Admit it.
It's okay, it's not. Everything has gone horribly wrong.
It has.
Everything has gone horribly wrong, and we're all dying slowly.
Hooray for the dumpster fire.
Hooray.
Roasting eyeballs on a dumpster fire. Sorry, okay, I will stop. I will continue.
You're fine. You're fine. Well, as...
No, I'm not. I'm fucked. You may continue.
To quote the great Billy Joel, we didn't start the fire. And for all y'all peeps out there who be jacking or be trying to jack me and my homie shit, not cool. Firstly, secondly, go do something else because it's not gonna work. Thirdly, y'all whack, and I love everyone, but at the same time, I'm sick of it, you know?
Oh my gosh.
And I may or may not have had too much to drink tonight. That's okay. Because
You're honest.
I'm honest, and I'm always honest. And
Okay,
I feel good.
I'm gonna vomit on my shoes. It's been a wonderful night.
Yes. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'm gonna make sure to like and subscribe and follow who am I talking to?
TheFragNinja.
Make sure to follow FragNinja on
YouTube.
YouTube.
That's and right. Twitter. And Twitter, yeah.
And Twitter and
your mom's camcorder.
And right.
Do you guys see the problem here? Okay, this is supposed to be like the most evil man in the universe, right? And yeah.
And I'm sleeping with his mom. I mean, what?
Bad doesn't actually mean bad, okay? You can play a bad character and be a cool-ass person. I will give you edgy. Yeah. But, I mean, yeah, legit, he flipped his shit that night. He went completely dark and completely off the rails, and that was not a normal response for any normal human being, but that was kind of like the last straw, because these people had already been messing with him beforehand, and I didn't know to what level, and that was just like the last thing.
Rule number 1, everybody on the internet is insane. Rule number 2, everyone on the internet is insane. Rule number 3, don't listen to everyone on the internet because they're all insane.
You forgot about the stupid people.
I want to say, if anyone is listening to this, and they're like if you have a problem with me, just tell me, man, because it's like, why sit in the corner and be edgy? That's my job. If you want to do that, take me out to dinner first, at least, before you
fuck me with your eye kebab.
Right,
yeah, I hear
before
you.
You bend me over in front of my friends and everything to make me look like a complete asshole.
Which reminds me, this whole interview is brought to you by FragNinja Lube, now with extra sand.
Oh, Jesus.
Welcome to my friends.
But for real, if you have an issue, just tell me. Just be I don't like you for this reason, and I'll apologize, I guess. I don't know. Maybe we can work towards something.
I guess it depends on whether or not you actually did something to earn the ire they're throwing at you.
It depends on how much I care, and I'm not trying to be foolish, but I'm just saying, if it's if I insulted your favorite video game or whatever, grow a pair. I don't know what else to tell you. But
I've insulted everyone all the time. That's what I do.
Right, that's just, if I've done something, I'm not afraid to admit I'm wrong about something, but if it's something super stupid, then it's just whatever, man.
I think at this point, the biggest thing is that he realizes that I was not trying to harm him, and that no one's coming out to change the underworld. And I understand too that he's actually a really good friend, and he's got my back, and he loves me as much as I love him and his family. So, on that note, anybody who doesn't like it can step off.
I'm looking at you.
Me? What did I do? What did I do? I'm just sitting here.
I'm looking at all y'all.
And that's another thing too, is it's not everybody, it's not indicative of groups of people. It's a couple of little people here and there that just, because they're bored, because they're threatened, because they just don't like something, feel like they have to fuck with things because that makes it better for them. You're actually hurting your people, right?
Yeah, but the thing is how does it make it better for anyone? The thing is
exactly.
if we're in a game where the rules don't apply. There are no rules. You've got a choice to do whatever the fuck you want. You can go wherever the fuck you want and do whatever the fuck you want. And then you get a bunch of bureaucrats who thinks it's a good idea to set down some ground rules. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't follow ground rules. The FragNinja never follow ground rules. In fact, it's one of our credos.
Any rules.
We don't have any. And I don't respect your rules. I don't respect your naming conventions. I don't respect your space. And I'm going to continue to do what I'm going to continue to do. And I think and the reason why I am sitting here with UN42 and Spider and doing this is because I've watched two people lose their shit over a video game because a bunch of fucking idiots decided it was a good idea to start some shit for no apparent reason other than just to do it. I think you're stupid. In fact, I think you're petty, and I think you're small individuals who have nothing better to do but be douche canoe. So take your douche canoe, your douche paddle, and paddle down the douche river to the douche sunset, and get the fuck out of my face.
and another thing, if you hate my server so much, Discord's free. Go make another one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a big one. That's a really big one.
As a matter of
space is not what people think. Like it's underworld vibe, but like there's really cool people in there, and they have normal conversations, and there's like
the reason
cool
why
things. It's not just
the reason
like
why we get mad is because people come in and they just shit in their hand and throw it at us and expect us not to get pissed. And then they do that, and then we're like, what the fuck? And then
fuck off with your dung flingery. I like it.
Right. And then they're just like, they're like, why are you mad, bro? And I'm just like, because you threw shit at me. Like, what
because you're a childish toad, and I don't like childish toads.
Yeah, you know, it's like if you want to argue like an adult, like, you know, own up to, you know, doing what you did, you know?
Yeah, but then again, you got to remember this is a video game. Not everyone we play with is adults. Z-Core.
Z-Core is a special one though.
He's 5.
And that's another thing. And that's another thing I want to say too is Z-Core is not an adult, and he's constantly getting shit from everywhere, and that needs to stop. He's actually a really sweet kid. Now he did step up to me and he did lie to me, and we had a conversation about that, and we're cool. But for the 3 years I've known him, out of all the times that he's threatened to hurt the cafe every time he gets mad, or he's threatened to take over the universe or whatever, that boy has never done anything. He's never done anything.
Yeah, he's me when I was 12.
So on that note, with all due respect, actually with due respect for those who don't mess with him and no respect for those who do step off of him. Ditto goes for Tempest. Yeah, he's volatile, and he's a troublemaker, and he is a shit starter, and he is a very generous, kind, loving human being who is protective and loyal to a fault. And people who abuse that just to mess with him, y'all are twisted. Like, just, you need to stop fucking with people. Like, in general.
And the people who try to spin that shit and make themselves look better, fuck you.
Agreed.
You and your self-righteous bullshit can go stick it up your ass for all I care.
Hey man, they gotta turn it sideways first or it's not funny.
Uh-huh. And, you know, I'm not gonna name names out of respect for online anonymity, but you know who you are.
Oh, jeez.
This is going to be so interesting for anybody who watches this later.
Well, like I said, I had no idea, because I mean, I met you and Spider and DG like last year, and I had no idea that the whole community was this intricate. As far as I knew, the only people playing the game was like me, Smoke, AZ, the rest of the TheFragNinja, and some dumb asshole thought it would be a good idea to get shot by us. So, you know, I had no idea.
Chaos. And here's another thing for the people who are saying, well, you know, and by people I mean like two of you who say, well, you're fighting for something that nobody wants. Okay, so I'm fighting for something nobody wants. So tell me why, when the cafe server went down, a la Spider, thousands came out in support of bringing it back because it's what they wanted.
This is true.
No, it's made for them, and they know that. It's not about me. I don't promote myself. I promote the community. I don't go out there and go, hi, my name is Lily, look at me. No, I go out there and I say, this is, you know, the cafe Discord. We've got some really awesome people, because without the people, it doesn't matter. So you're not fucking with me, you're fucking with them. And if you fuck with them, then we have a problem, because those are my family.
Yeah, and some of the people that hang around in Cafe 42 are pretty notorious fucks. Not even kidding.
I've got OG in there from all the way from the underworld all the way up to top of the Fed, and they're cool as shit. Like, they don't do anything in there, and they're in the same place. Like, I don't think people realize we've got people from almost every civ in the Cafe Amino, and they don't beef at all in there. It is like sanctuary. So when you really go to mess with that, like, I have no respect for you at all. Like, none. That's, no, that's sacred ground.
Yeah. Like I said, it's no matter where I've gone, and no matter which video games I've played, and no matter who I've played it with, I always seem to encounter this thing. And it shouldn't happen. These are video games, and you guys, everybody who sits there and starts shit and, you know, has a bone to pick with someone, for fuck's sakes, do yourself a huge favor. Take that person aside, get your shit sorted, and then come back. Because doing this shit is like childish and dumb, and I personally get sick of it. And like I said, normally what I do is
another thing. You know who you are, you fucking asshole. And for you to sit there and to threaten people with IRL shit, you piece of shit, fuck you. Because how dare you come into my house, to my server, and make me look like a fucking asshole in front of all my friends, and in front of all the people there who look up to me and expect me to lead them, and for you to blame shit on me and to threaten my friends IRL, not cool. And I don't give a shit how old you are, you know. To do that to a person with children, you know, you want to talk about being a bully? Yeah, look no further than yourself.
Are we talking about me?
No, we're talking about two very specific people, and they know who they are.
Right.
Spider, honey, back off of that one just a little bit, because you're about to cross that threshold. I can feel it right now.
And remember, we are live on YouTube. We are live on YouTube.
Yes. So back up just a little bit.
That's all I want to say about that.
And DG just says, I just run an amino. You're good shit, DG. Everyone loves you. You're from the west coast of Canada. If you were any nicer, you'd be made of fucking sugar.
Bless DG, man. I'm telling you. And you know, I do want to say that there's several people that, like, everybody in the community came out, and I love all of you guys. But there's some of you that literally watched me lose my shit when everything went south, because you understood it wasn't just because, oh god, a Discord went down. Whatever, Discords are free, I could rebuild it. It's because it's the hatred and the spite that came behind that, and the pain that came behind that, was from a friend. Like, I don't think you guys realize, like, Spider and I are not friends because of the game. We're friends because we're friends. We've been talking since, go figure, September 11th of last year. Like, we're tight. We talk about real stuff. Like, game is secondary. So when that was messed with, when I lost that and it went down that way, that was really fucking dark and not okay. And it took me a long time to recover, because I trusted him above all. Like, he was top tier, like right next to DG and Frag, and it's like, to have that just completely destroyed in one go was devastating. And then on top of that, to have the community treated that way as a result of that fallout, the fact that the community got kicked from their own home and everything else was just, it was a lot. So I do want to send a special shout out to Legacy Zero. I love you. Ray Reynolds, love you. General Lokar, you are the shit. Jordan Murphy, Bless you. Zaz, you're awesome. DG, you are my rock. You know, and there's many more, and Tony for coming out and being an awesome paladin and saving everything, because Tony Towers is just the best. And then Frag for scooping me up and like trying to get me like back up again because I was just crumbled. You know, that's family, right? That's important. But if that says anything, that I can go to them with how I feel, that tells you exactly how much of this is game that's being messed with and how much of this is people, right? And you can mess with the game all you want to, I don't care. But whenever you mess with the people, that's where I draw the line.
Well, yeah. I've been on the internet since 1994. I'm OG. I've seen everything. I've been everywhere. I've done everything there is to do on the internet. And there's some people that just stick around. And if this happens to be the platform where you find those people, you got to understand, these people that are behind the computer screen, behind the controller, behind whatever, some of them are going to be friends for, like, I mean, me and Mike have been friends since 1994. Me and AZ have been friends since 2010. I watched Mesalak grow up from a 12-year-old kid named Zombinator to Mesalak, you know, the military-serving gunner. You know, I've seen so many things, and these people that you're talking to, these people that you're friends with, they're going to grow, and you guys are going to become tighter as time goes on, provided that you're able to maintain these relationships. And by watching these people come in and do the damage that they're doing to other people's actual relationships, it's disheartening. I'm just glad that I found a very, very tight group of people that I've been able to play with for ages and ages. I wouldn't trade them for nothing. And like I said, watching these people do these terrible, quote unquote, terrible things, you have to understand, this is just a fucking game. And you guys gotta get your fucking shit together. It's fucking stupid. I've never seen anything this petty in my life, and I've ran 3 clans. Okay, this is stupid. It's beyond stupid. Grow up. Get a fucking job. Cut your fucking hair. Do something. Because this is fucking stupid. And I'm telling you, do something. Anything. Just don't do this shit. It's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. It's not just a little bit stupid. It's fucking stupid. And you can fucking rag on me all you want. I got nothing you can take away. But I don't already have. So, fuck off. Quite literally. The fact that I have to do this, it's news enough. Like, this is fucking dumb. Get your shit together. You guys make me sick.
Oh my god.
Fucking dummy.
Okay, so let's get this out there. All right.
Okay, you're gonna read the thing?
Yeah, here in a second. So let's just kind of throw this out there. Like, whenever I say we're talking and we're good, like,
nah, DMZ, dude. Sorry, hold on. DMC, you don't know how important you are. Trust me. You're just as important as all the people I mentioned. I watched you grow up too. There's another one, like DMC. I watched him grow up. He's fantastic individual, and he'd kill anybody in this game. The guy's fucking insane. All right, you guys can continue. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, it was worth it. It was necessary. I was just gonna say, as far as me and Spider are concerned, like, whenever I say that we're good and that kind of thing, like, that's a mutual thing. That's not like I'm taking him back in kind of thing. Like, he's accepting me too. Like, we're good. You got anything you want to add on that one?
Just
Lily's
boobies.
like the mom, and I'm like the edgy emo teenage schooler
Oh my god.
who's secretly who's like
Cutting himself in the
not
corner and
emo
crying.
Right.
Sorry, I had to.
It's like it's not a phase, you know? Like
You're awesome.
I mean, that's all.
You just provided me with material for the rest of my life.
you're welcome.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've known Lily for a while, and she's a llama, and that llama is a special llama, and she's like, you know, besides two very other important people, she's, you know, she's definitely in the top 3 for people I would really do or try to do anything for, because, you know, she's helped me through real life bullshit, and I've helped her through real life bullshit, and I really do regret, you know, being a complete and utter knob that time.
Douche canoe.
When I, yeah,
Ass hat.
when I dropped, when I basically
Chode.
made the
I'm
server
gonna keep
go
going.
Hiroshima. So
I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to take your head off.
yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
first.
We had many conversations about not
Doing
not
anything?
doing things. Yes, there was a lot of conversations, and not just with Frag, with a lot of people about not doing things, because
I'll take you all on 1v1.
Are you sure you want to do that?
No, I'm kidding. I mean, like, in game, no, I'd get my cheeks clapped. In RP, yeah, I'd probably win. Just saying.
Oh, okay, good. So you RP in game then?
I don't know
Alright then.
about that. I don't trust that.
I'm not doing nothing. I'm just gonna sit here and be kind of just smile. Continue. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, you're fine.
oh my gosh. No, and Spider's right, actually. I've gone to him about very real stuff. You know, DG and I are tight, but sometimes, you know, DG's at work, or sometimes I just need the perspective of somebody else because I know maybe I'm seeing things wrong. And as a leader at the cafe, which Spider was, he was that perfect balance for me because he is a jaded pessimist. He has seen so much shit that he was the perfect balance for me, because while I see the good in everybody and I accept everybody, he's that guy over there in the corner going, I know that asshole, and nope, I don't like him, and I'm gonna watch him. And it's like, why? And he was like, because I know him, you know? And it was that perfect balance, and I really do miss that, because as leader staff, he was amazing. And I didn't put him there because he was, you know, just my friend. I put him there because he is a damn good leader. He really is. Like, I've seen him with people, and I don't mean
When
like
I'm sober.
in a group. Well, one of the reasons why I told you, even though you were a little lit, to go ahead and come in tonight is because I used to be a bartender, and people speak honestly and from their heart whenever they're tipsy or drunk, because they just don't have any kind of lock, right? They're uninhibited, and I really wanted people to see, like, you.
And like,
I want them to know you and see, you know, it's not just like an edgy name, like you're a person, and you're not, you know, a terrorist or just an asshole. Like, you're worth knowing.
I can be, don't get me wrong, but usually I'm not. Only when I'm like pissed, and that's about it. And it takes a lot to get me pissed, because I'm honestly a pretty patient person when it comes to dealing with people.
So far, the only time I've ever actually seen you piss is whenever somebody's crossing you against people that you care about. That seems to be your only major trigger. You handle everything else just fine. But see, now that's kind of my thing too. It's just I hide it a little better, and I usually take it to DMs, and sometimes you're just like, no. No, you said this shit in public, let's do it. It's like, well, but see, that's where you're opposite me, and it works, right? That's why it worked so well. But no, anybody who has a problem with him, just say, I don't like you. If you have a problem with me, just say, I don't like you. Just, it's not that fucking hard. You don't have to do all this shit. Like, literally, it's fucking easy. I'm really public. Like, I'm on Reddit, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Amino, I mean, I'm at Discord. Look me up, DM me, and say, I don't fucking like you. That's all you have to do. Like, dude, I will hear you out. I'm fine with that. But just step off of my community. Step off of my friends, my home. You know, it's petty, it's stupid. And you're hurting people, man. There's actual people on the other side of the screen, game aside.
I'm just going to put this out there that chances are while they're listening to this, they're laughing.
I have no fucks about that.
No, I'm just going to tell them, I know you're laughing, and I don't care.
Same.
And go fuck yourself. You may continue.
Same.
I like that.
Okay. Alright, so, because this has turned into such a thing, and because unfortunately I am a public figurehead now, and I have been for a while, and that's a lapse in judgment on my part for being able to do things for a while, and I just sit on it because I'm trying to keep everybody happy. I've decided that now is probably a really good time to stop doing that. You kind of kept nagging me enough and poking me enough and going, well, you know, you can do this. Okay, well, fine. So I'm going to do it now. And this is going to set the pace from now on. And if you don't like it, you don't have to be a part of it. And if you do like it, welcome. But I'm not going to sacrifice the community, their wants or their needs for the likes of a few again. It's not fair to them at all. Especially the people who are actively shitting on things to try to get their way. Like, you're not a part of the community if you're doing that. So I don't include you. And I'm going to preface this by saying, Zaz, Jordan, in what I'm about to read, you are not included. Know that, okay? So, Spider knows what I'm about to read, and so does Frag. This will be dropped publicly on Reddit in as many places as will allow it. I will probably just leave it in the cafe and the UN42 subreddit. Feel free to drop in and read it there if you like. If you just want a second look at it, you're more than welcome to. It's a little long, but I mean it. And I know I mean it because I wrote it several days ago, and unlike anything else in my life, I haven't gone back in and edited it to try and make anyone happy, so yeah, let's do this. And Frag and Spider, feel free to jump in at any time if you have a comment, a question, or you just want to throw something out there. So, you do not have to. Consider this a mic drop at this point. So, this reads, my goal is to educate as to what this really is, point blank, no concessions given nor taken. This is not some war or argument for popularity's sake. It is, however, a precursor to a temporal shift in the playerscape, as defined by the player-created governments, entities, and the overall acceptance by the general milieu. Now, by saying that, yeah, I am kind of referencing the people who have made third-party civs and everything else that does not exist within the game itself, but that is 90% of the player base of NoMansSky, who has created some form of a storyline in their own head as to what their character is doing. So this applies to everybody, okay? If you consider that so many have tried to be accepted and failed, it's a testament to the rampant "who are you" effect. Jaded legacy players become attached to their creations, whether in-game or otherwise, and as those rise who seek to destroy it, they create variables of watching. And what that means is, like, every time a brand new civ comes in and they pop up on Reddit, If their name sounds familiar, or their cadence and their speech sounds familiar, OG players are really, really quick to go, who are you? And I've done it too. And part of that is because we've had so many people over the last few years. What happened with me in the cafe, yeah, that is a very recent thing, but that's not like, this is probably the highest level of bullshit that has come together in 1-2 week period on anybody. And I'm a prime target because I generally just keep my mouth shut and roll with it, and I just kind of, sit down and I take it, right? So I'm a really good target for that. Well, was. That's not going to happen anymore, so you're going to have to try a little harder because I'm just going to come at you now. You started that one. But whenever it comes to, like, everybody else in the past, they would get, like, server raids or, we're going to come and mess up your bases or all this other shit. So this has been going on for a while. This isn't just about me. This is about just people in general being shit on, okay? And this is not unfounded, as I continue, as it was quite literally stealing if you consider the old adage of time equals money as being true. So if you believe that time is money, whenever you go out and you actively screw with somebody and it's taking their time to try and fix what you've done or to deal with you because you're making their actual, like, enjoyment time a living hell, you're actively stealing from them because time is money, right? For some like myself, it's not anymore with inserted people, not with hired spies in quotations. And we are very much there to protect actual people over portrayed characters. And I mentioned this earlier, I don't care about RP. If you want to do RP attacks and stuff like that, that's one thing. But you come from my server, you come from my friends, you come from my friendships, you have crossed the line. This is not the societal norm in many congregations, but even more evident in the actions and overall dissertations handed down by the GHDF and the Federation. Yes, I feel that, Claire. It's still going on anyway. So, in that, I'm not bashing the Federation and the Galactic Hub Defense Force. I'm just saying that they have a very tight security squad, and they do watch everybody, and they're inserted pretty much fucking everywhere to watch everybody to try to keep the peace. And sometimes that causes issues, especially if you haven't been invited, or if people don't feel like your presence is necessary. It can raise hackles there. So it's kind of a double-sided sword. Like, one side just wants to make sure that nothing's going to go wrong, and then the other side is like, who the fuck are you and why are you in my house? Both sides are valid. They're both valid, okay? UN-42 was created to be the non-Fed alternative. I did it originally to quell the angered, lost, and the banned one's fears of never being able to connect and thrive again. On that note, if you're banned from the Federation, they don't let you back in. If you're banned from the Galactic Hub, they don't let you back in. And to most people, that was like the only thing out there. So once they were banned, or once they figured out they didn't fit in, there was nowhere for them to go. Now it holds a different meaning as I have grown alongside it. I have been fed and non. I have worked with and on one occasion against. About that. I chose players in the end over the rhetoric. I did absolutely choose to save one wonderful person and let him thrive in a cafe support and UN-42's protection, and it hasn't been for nothing. He has created player activities, gotten along with others, blossomed into one of the most amazing people that I know. And this didn't go well, as you would imagine, because he'd been banned from the Federation, but I am neutral, as I said, going in. And I did. I did. I fucking told you guys I was neutral when I went in, and I meant every word of that. And I don't tend to give up on that. Tempest, Lokar, and various underworld factions and more have been a great source of open thought, gray lines, and a lot of amazing friendship. Spider is proof of that because he is the underworld. So, yeah. The lines become even more apparent when you really get to know them and realize dark doesn't mean bad, and anti-Fed doesn't mean anti-everyone. And sometimes people just say and do stupid things. This both doesn't and should never define a whole spectrum of people to slay the few who stand to do possible damage from either end. You're going to have people that are on Federation side who throw shit at the Underworld, and you're going to have people on the Underworld side who throw shit at the Federation. But you can't go, well, this here is bad, and look at the whole entire community because there's one person over there that's angsty and emo. You know what I mean? You can't do that because it's an individual person who's having an issue. There will be a hub based on full inclusion and support of any who wish to come, each region surrounding the embassy region, claimed by each faction or collective, because it is right, because it is just, and because it is respectful to others. This will become a home for whoever seeks it, and I welcome all. Federation, non-Federation, unaligned, all are welcome because inclusion fuels the game and the entire No Man's Sky fandom. No Man's Sky was built on community. If you remember in the very beginnings of the game, you didn't know shit. There was nothing. There were no control explanations. There was no, and now you do this. The game did not hold your hand. You were forced to go out, find a community, and talk to them, and try and glean answers from other players. They based it in community. The ARG was based in community. Community events. Everything they have done has been based on community. So if you don't support that, you're not supporting the game. You're not supporting Hello Games' vision. It's like, do you understand? Like, that is the whole point. And by including everybody, you're keeping retention. Player retention is necessary for the game to stay alive. I don't care if it's a lone player or if it's a hub owner. If you are losing people and people are ducking out of the game and the only ones that come in are the ones that are here for the next update, they won't last. And if you keep turning people away, if you keep telling them that they don't fit, if you keep telling them that you don't like them and so you're going to make their life a living hell, you are killing the very thing that you claim to love. Now, UN-42 has had a revisionary rewrite and will be relaunched to serve these people well, each sovereign and autonomous with a roundtable leadership where no one is better or more imbued with special concessions due to stature, myself included, because that is right and just as it should be. I don't care what you own, I don't care who you are, I don't care how big your name is. In UN-42, you have exactly the same amount of power, trust, and respect as the guy next to you. I don't care what side you're on. It is run by peers. It covers nomads, loners as well. It is at the heart of it is intergalactic, reaching everywhere. And it will grow because it doesn't seek to own, destroy, harm, or become maladjusted into the let's hate on people, down with those who don't like what we like. That goes for both sides as well. I am not out to destroy the Federation or the Galactic Hub. They love what they have, and their right is their choice, so I defend that with them and with the same fervor, because inclusion, remember. I will, however, stand to work this and make this a vision that is feasible and actively fight for it, because there is absolutely no reason why, in a place as big as No Man's Sky, as vast as it is, and on our own planet globally, that the Federation be the end-all, be-all to everything, because it's not. And I'm leaving that one there because I mean that. So as I say that, I see the hackles rise and the ammo prepared, so let's fill that array of reactive energy, shall we? And let me just make the list for you. Now, this goes into a fun part here, because as Spider knows, bless his heart, one thing that is really, really prevalent right now is the whole intel war of, yeah, but I know this about you, right? And the whole mutually assured destruction thing. And, nah, fam, I'm done. So, I've got a list. Spider, do you have anything to add to the list before I drop it?
He's busy in the toilet puking right now.
No, I'm okay.
You read the list. Is there anything you want added?
No, I'm good.
Oh, the Frag Ninja would like to add something to that list.
Oh, please.
Boobies. Continue.
There it is. All right. So I hope everybody's listening to this one, because this is the end of power over anything in the cafe. This is the end of any power over me. This is effectively a giant fuck off. Okay? This is me saying, I own my own shit and you can't touch me now. And not that I'm after anybody. This is just leave me the fuck alone, okay? So this is me reading this. So begins my list of transgressions, should it be deemed that in full authority of my own self, because I am quite willing to own my own shit and roll with it wherever it may come. I did use inserted spies during the SGX fiasco, the Serious Gamer X, the guy who was stealing bases and stuff, yeah. To bring him down for the community. I have not used inserted people since. I do, however, have friends that warn me of things, but they aren't mine, and they are their own person, and they choose to enlighten me of their own accord, which is true. I did find out a thing about the old cartel leader a bit late, deferred the information to proper channels, unbeknownst to me, a Federation member who all tried to warn not to socialize with bad members so his name stayed clean, tried to help a post become allowed on the Federation Reddit, and I was blamed for this, and that was bullshit because that wasn't me, but we've cleared that up since. I was also blamed for protecting the band member based on my support of all people, including the political pariahs, himself included. So I left because this part was true. I did that. I did fix Lokar's voice and did nothing about it. I actually consider him a good friend, honest and always protective. The world needs more friends like this. He's read that part, he approves. I did engage Hustler to drive him insane because he wouldn't shut up, so I flung word solid quotes at him for every "I'm gonna do this" thing post that he made. Yeah, and asked the Federation to join in on that. I did say Darkstar, leader of the Underworld Cartel, was sweet, and in retrospect, I think sweet would likely offend him now. My apologies for falling to manipulative actions by a devious individual, though I was unaware at the time. And that is an apology for Darkstar. I did stand up to my own friends and staff over speaking to Spider in the end because he is a very dear friend, and it crushed my soul to lose that over manipulative BS caused by an outsider. He is family. What he did and how he made me feel was horrific and debased. But there was a hurt human too. I'm crazy, I know. But the hate is something I'm not capable of, and I did promise I'd never abandon him long ago, which I did. And he will not have power in the cafe again to that level that could harm the community, but he's not excluded from my heart. And actually, you know, the time may come where he is a standing member within the cafe staff again. You know, trust is something that has to be rebuilt. And I trust him personally, but I know the community doesn't, and I respect that, and I understand that, and that's valid. But just know over time, you might see more of him, and whenever you do, just realize that he's not just that guy, that douche that, you know, ruined everything. He's also somebody that I go to with my own personal problems, and he's never said a word of it to anyone. You know, in there is a very genuine friend, and someone that I care about very much, so just keep that level of respect if nothing else. I have indeed shut down many anti-710 planned attacks by others before they saw the light of day for peace and safety of the hub members, as well as the fact that it would create a toxic environment for new players in general to see that. That is true. I have in fact also called a very well-respected individual of the Federation inhuman and told him to go do something colorful, and I deeply regret that because though the feeling was valid at the time, it was hurtful. You just really want to say that, don't you?
Go fuck yourself? Yes, you may continue.
On that one, there was some stuff going on there, and a lot of manipulation going on there too. And in that, I ended up in a very heated argument with a very dear friend, and I told him to go fuck himself. I called him a ding, and I told him he was being inhuman and not to talk to me until he came back down. And that was, I meant it at the time, but looking back on it, that is so out of range for me. I never speak that way to anybody that I know. And I think what bothered me so much is because we were on such opposite sides of everything, and we were both very much feeling how we felt. So on that note, I really, really do apologize for that. Because that still bothers me, and I am sorry. Let's see. I have given info to the Fed and Galactic Hub to save themselves with, and I do not regret that at all. I've done it for other collectives in danger too, both good and bad. I've done it for the FDI, I've done it for AH, I've done it for HET, and I will continue to do it for anybody in need because it's what I do. I have ignored warnings from those I trust and have seen the effects after, and I do regret this one. I have allowed myself to be led because of trust being placed on the wrong person, and then that led me to siding with the wrong person, and I regret this too. I own my mistakes, my actions, and my choices, good or bad. I am free. I have thrown none under the proverbial bus to clear my name, and I'm not even trying to clear it. I'm just saying I'm not perfect. No one is. But I will grow from my own dirt, and whatever blossoms will be open and free for everyone to claim as home. So you can consider this setting myself on fire to save you your matches for those who would see me hurt. And now when I say transparency, you get it. So if you have anything you want to throw at me now, DM me. Because we need to talk. And for anybody who might be offended about what I just read, I have said that from the beginning, that I am there to protect everyone. I am there to stand by everyone. I am there to include everyone. I am there for the community. And everything that I have done has been exactly in that vein. And if you know me and you accepted me, you accepted that. And if you don't like it, then why the fuck did you talk to me in the first place? Why? Right? So there's that. And on the note of spies, let me just say, one of the reasons why I don't do the whole insertion thing to watch things whenever they're going down is because people are very fickle and you can't really trust them. And I would rather things come at me from where it's coming from than to have it go through a third party, because as you can see, third party people like to cause shit. And if you're putting your faith in that person and you don't like know them with your life, you are potentially wrecking like everything that you care about based off of the rhetoric coming from one individual. So I don't frown on the Galactic Hub for doing that, because for them, they vet their people to a level that they're comfortable with that. Mine, the people that I love, I would not send in there. And for those that I don't love and know, I would never send them out there in my name because of the last 2 weeks. My trust level is kind of shit right now. I mean, not for the general person, but like, if you've thrown things at me before and we've had issues and you're not somebody that I've grown to respect and admire, I'm probably not going to be sharing much with you for a while. You know who you are. Spider already called you out, so just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so there's that. And I do want to say for the record that before I let that one out there and I let it fly, I did in fact have it read by pretty much everybody I mentioned with the exception of the Federation. And the reason why is because I know it's going to piss some of them off, and I didn't want them to change my mind about saying it. Not because it's against them, but because I have been, and I told Frag tonight too, I was like, why is it that the first thing I want to do is go take this to them and say, do you approve? That should never be a part of it. The UN-42 has nothing to do with the Federation. That's the whole point. So why would I seek permission or approval to speak my mind if I'm not out to harm them, do you see? So I didn't include them in this because I do respect not all, but some members so much so that I probably would have altered it had I shown it to them, because I respect them that much. But I felt that it needed to be pure, because if nothing else this last 2 weeks has taught me is that I really need to stand up on my own with my friends and be who I am. And if you are my friend, you'll accept that. And if you're not, you won't. And I'm okay with either. But if you have a problem, just come to me and say, I don't like you. That's all I'm asking. You know? If you don't like something I did, go, you did a thing and it's bad. I'm okay with that too. But say something. You know? Yeah. So, like, guys, where are we?
Right now, I've got, like I said, I've got no horse in the race. I've got you as a friend, and Spiders as an acquaintance. And as far as I'm concerned, like, listening to all the stuff that has gone on in the last couple of weeks, and I've been busy at work, so I missed a shit ton. But I think you're absolutely right. If you don't like it, you know where the door is. Find it. There's no reason why any of us, including me or Spider or anybody else in the NoMansSky community, needs to put up with your shit. I refuse to do it.
And the funny thing is, like, the Federation is the same exact way. The Federation will tell you the same thing. If you don't like what we do, you don't have to join us. If you don't like what we have to say, if you don't like the way that we do things, then why are you here? Just go away. Like, it's as simple as turning your back and going, well, that sucks. I'm going to go over here. It's not that hard. Like, what we're saying is not it's not groundbreaking news, right? If you don't like something, don't bother with it. It's really easy. There's a million things I don't agree with. I don't go there. There's a ton of discords that are, you know, something that I can't wrap my head around. I'm not in there. And it's because I know it has nothing to do with me, and I have no interest. So why would I put negativity in a place that existed before I got there? You're literally walking into somebody's house with a weapon and expecting them to go, oh, hi, yeah, come on over and hurt me. Why the fuck would somebody do that? It's their house. So just like anything else, you knock on the door, you find out who answers. If you don't like it, you walk away. Like, it's... Why is that so hard?
Because people have agendas, and their agendas require them to do certain things, and they don't think before they do them. Like,
and I am sorry for being as crass as I am tonight, but I mean, in all honesty, I am so done. And whenever I said on Twitter this morning, I'm done with the drama, I'm done with the bullshit, I am done with all of it, and I mean that. And this isn't as an ambassador that I'm saying these things. This is Lily. This is me. This is my human person right now. This is not game entity or game related. This has all been me. This is my feelings, because I actually have a heart and a brain, and they work pretty well. And I'm pretty sure I'm not completely off my rocker whenever I say that being a sucky human is probably the only real rule that we have. And if you're breaking that, you're probably not going to contribute to anything. Just saying.
I would like to list some of my own grievances, if I may.
Go for it. Oh, I do want to throw this out there. Straight up. Spider's grievances don't have anything to do with mine, and mine don't have anything to do with his, because even though we're friends, and even though we do work in tandem a lot to try and keep shit afloat, because God, have we been nailed for a while, I don't get what he gets, and he doesn't get what I do. They're two very different places. The cafe is kind of chaotic, good, neutral, and his is kind of chaotic, bad. And so whenever, and by bad I don't mean like bad, I mean like just dark, right? So when you hear this, don't lump us together like that. Like, if you want to lump us together as friends, family, I'm down for that. But don't lump in Wild Space and the cafe in the same vein, because they have very different directions. They both exist individually for a reason. We just happen to be helping each other survive.
Yeah, and
Okay.
before he speaks, I've got no horse in the race. I don't care. I never have. Probably will never care at all. So, go fuck yourself.
All right, dear one, go for it.
To start off, yes, I was a terrorist. I did plot against the Galactic Hub and the Federation because I thought they were a bunch, and still think that they are a bunch of elitist pricks. I'm not sorry for saying that. Secondly, yes, I am edgy as fuck. I will be the first person to admit that, though there are people who are edgier than me, and I'm not apologizing for it. Thirdly, yes, I did work for Tempest, and I did work for the cartel for several months, and I have always, well, not always, the majority of the time that I have been here, I have been a part of the underworld, and I do not regret it for a single moment, because the people down there are definitely worth the time, because down there I have built essentially a family of people who I care about very deeply, and if you try to go after them, it's not going to be pretty for you. And believe me, people have tried and they have not succeeded. Fourthly, I have worked with Jordan Murphy, and I have worked with the Federation to make sure that none of my people who decide to become idiots and go out and attack them do not actually attack them. And no, I don't regret working with Jordan because he's actually a decent human being, but in terms of this, Jordan, I don't like you, and I'm not sorry. Fifthly,
Honesty.
Honesty. Fifthly, yes, I did drop a thermonuclear warhead on the cafe server, and I regret it deeply. But at the same time, there are people who shall not be named that caused said thing to be happen, and even though I regretted it immensely, let that be an example. Do not fuck with me, because I will fuck your shit right back, and I will not care, because you mean nearly nothing to me, not nearly as much as Lily means to me. Sixthly, yes, I am an asshole, and I don't care, because the majority of the time, people come in not knowing who I am, and just decide to shit all over me. So, being me, you know, if I have, you know, well, I mean, it's not to say I don't care, I do care, because I don't like being an asshole, and I'm not an asshole in real life. But it's one of those you punch first things, I punch back. So, don't punch me and I won't punch you. It's as simple as that. And if there is anyone who's listening, I do apologize if I have ever crossed you in some way, shape, or form. Because this is essentially, as Lily said, a new chapter in everything. And, you know, if you don't want to accept it, whatever, you know, but just, it's not a heartfelt apology, I know, but it's, you know,
It's better than I would have given.
yeah.
It's an olive branch is what it is. It's a we are starting over olive branch, and it's an attempt to make bridges, you know. And somebody I do want to say something about is Zaz. And, you know, Jordan, you know I love you, but Zaz, you have my heart. You know, of all of this, you've tried to remain neutral. You've come and you know what's going on in my hub, and you know the kind of people that are going to be here, and yet you're coming out here with friends, and you're claiming a region. You know, AGT Federation is going to be in our hub, and that means so much. You know, because, again, right, the whole is not indicative of the few, and vice versa. And he's always tried to be the bridge. He's always tried to be the bridge. You know, before he found out the Spider and I were tight, he was trying to build a bridge out there and build an embassy to reach out. There are good Federation members. There really are. There might be a few you may not get along with, but by and large, they're really good people. They're very strict. They have a lot of rules. They have a lot of requirements, and it's not going to fit everybody. They have naming conventions. There's a lot of things that they have that people find very restrictive and in some ways condescending, and I get it. But if you don't like it, that's why we built this here. Do you see what I'm saying? You're not alone. You don't have to be alone. If that's not your thing, if you want to be autonomous, if you want to have, you know, full declarations, if you don't like somebody being a mod over your head, then just join the UN. Or be a nomad and be on your own. Whatever your thing is, do it, but go to the right place. If you love what they do, you belong with them. If you don't, you might belong with us. If you hate all of it, go be by yourself. But there's no reason to go shitting on anybody or anything because it doesn't fit your own idea of what it should be, right? Because there's communities that would welcome you, all of you, except, you know, the two of you that, you know, Spider called out earlier, fuck you. But, I mean, everybody else is fine.
Because fuck you. And that's why.
Because I'm like, I'm so done. Spider, could you do me one huge favor though, and tell people what your title technically actually is in the underworld for those who think that you might just be a member of the underworld?
No, I'm in charge, and
Yes, indeed.
I'm the bona fide leader because no one else wanted to do it. So, and it's not
Yeah.
that, not that, you know, I actually enjoy, you know, leading and everything, even though it's a pain in the ass. But, it's,
You're a good leader, though. You are.
yeah.
So I'm gonna throw that out there too, point blank, just to kind of recap that one. Yes, the cafe actually is friends with the underworld, and I'm also friends with the Federation, and I'm also friends with all the people out there that are unaligned. So we're all kind of okay. If you're not okay, I don't know what to tell you.
So
We're fine.
The thing is what they have to understand is, like, you've got the underworld, you've got the cafe, you got the TheFragNinja, or people like the TheFragNinja who just don't give a shit. And we're basically telling you that you gotta keep your shit together, and you gotta keep, you gotta leave us the fuck alone. And that's about it. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you what's gonna go down. What I'm telling you is, shut the fuck up and leave us alone. That's it. Hopefully,
That's pretty much it.
that's my message. Shut up, leave us alone, go do your thing, have fun. I don't care about your rules. I don't care about your naming conventions. Everybody who's like me doesn't care. We are not after you. What we're telling you is leave us the fuck alone. It's that simple. It's not hard. It's actually very easy. You see us doing something, you do nothing. It's that easy. It's not hard. It's a fucking game. Get over it. Like now.
Support the game, support the creators. Hello Games, Sean Murray have worked so hard to make NoMansSky this amazing community event. The whole thing is a giant event where people make their own stories, choose their own paths, and make friendships, and like build the things of their dreams. It is a childhood dream come true for so many because it encompasses all of these possibilities. And in a world like that, you could do anything, literally anything. How many cool things are being passed up that no one sees? Because this is what clouds the atmosphere. We've got new people coming in for Beyond, and this is going to be the shit that they see. It has to die now before Beyond comes out. This is not what people want. They don't want a toxic environment. Toxic environments kill games. It does.
Well, that's not necessarily true. I mean, toxic environments did build Call of Duty.
Look no
To
further
a point.
Yeah. Lol.
But those are built for it. But whenever you try to bring it into something more peaceful like NoMansSky, it kind of crosses a line. You know, it happened with Minecraft too. You know, Minecraft was like this awesome, sandbox where you could do anything you wanted. And once it started getting toxic, it just became a meme and it died off for a really long time. And now it's finally starting to come back again. But it had to go through all that shit to get to that point. NoMansSky should never have to do that. They have done nothing but support the community. So if you love the game that you keep talking about, then you should support it too. If you don't want to be an active member of the community, just don't exist in the community and find that thing that you love. But you should never have an effect on other people to the extent that I've had to deal with. That is over the line.
I would
And
just like
as an
sorry. But
No, you're
I
good.
would just like to say, this is a direct message to the Federation and anyone who considers themselves Federation. I don't hate you. I don't care what you do. You have a thing. Your thing is nice. I have my thing. My thing is nice. Your thing is over there. My thing is over here. There are people like I would like to give a special thank you, essentially, to Embiid of the Korvax Ascendancy, who has my utmost respect, because originally he was from the underworld, and his dream was to join the Federation, and he went, did all the requirements and everything for it, and throughout that entire time we supported him for it, and ever since then he's been one of the many bridges that we have, like, everywhere, and he's a super nice person, and again, people like him and people like Zaz and other people who reach out in an effort to understand what is different have my respect, because it's my whole thing is, it's cool to be a rebel, it's cool to go against the man, it's cool to go against the grain of whatever, but if people want to be in that, that's their choice. I have no problem with that. And if people want to go from the underworld to the Federation, they can. I'm not saying people can't. And if people want to come from the Federation to us, that's fine too. We've had that happen, and we've had people go over there because they preferred it. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it, and it's just, I mean, I live in the United States. It's a free country. It's a free universe. People can do whatever they want. I don't care. I only really care when people actively try to fuck with me shit, and then that's when I get not nice, essentially. I've never hated anybody, nor will I probably ever hate anyone, because it's a game. We're here to play a game. And for some people, this, including myself, like, the whole community is the game. Not playing NoMansSky itself, but helping people to play and helping people to understand and to connect with new people. That's the game for me. So take that how you will. That's my honest opinion. That's my honest opinion. And the truth. So.
And that's
Nice.
what tonight was supposed to be, is just nuclear things have happened to us, and so we decided to drop truth bombs tonight and just get it out there in the open.
Yeah,
And
when
to
I
recap, there's no dirt to be had to hold over my head, so fuck you. There's no Cafe 42 is up to shit, because we're fucking not. We just want to exist. There is no UN 42 is out to take out the Federation, because the cool thing is that if you have more than one, then everybody has something they enjoy, right?
you
And
have
I don't
options.
mind the Federation.
Yep.
Exactly. It's all about variables. The more that exist, that can actually encompass the most of the playerscape, the more that the players actually have to exist and belong to, the longer that they'll stay in retention.
That's
Both
true.
in the game and in the community, because they feel accepted. They have something to do. They have people to talk to. They have things to nurture and grow from, and also to give to others. That's community, right? So, for people who want to start shit that way, you failed. For people who want to say, well, Lily doesn't like Federation. No, you're sorry. I can't give you that either, because some of my dearest friends are Federation, so kill that one too. Spider and I are not getting along. That one's gone. Cafe and Wild Space fighting. No, that's gone too. Federation versus the Underworld. No, not really. See, you don't have anything anymore. All your ammo is gone. We're copacetic.
I mean, you could
Now
say
go
I
fix
don't.
yourself.
because
Well,
I
you
kind
can.
of get both.
Yeah, but it's not like Wild
It's not like-
Space is against the Federation, like your sole existence is to take them out kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's not like, we only exist to hate 710. No, there's actually really cool shit that goes down over in Wild Space and in a lot of the other groups, like the Cartel. It's not just, let's go hate on them either. There's really cool communities in the underworld that people don't realize. And we should probably, originally the underworld was, honestly, anti-Federation. That was the whole point of its existence, was to take out the Federation because it didn't like them. But it's changed hands, and it's evolved into becoming more of a counterculture, underground kind of rebel thing. And it's not anti-Federation per se, as much as it is just anti-norm. It's that kind of different, weird, eclectic.
It's the only mohawk in the office.
Funky dark. Yeah. It's more of like a punk movement than it is like a, anarchist, let's go kill shit movement. So for those of you who have that twisted, you need to get that correct too, because there's nothing wrong with the underworld. Like, some of my dearest friends are underworld people, and like Tempest, he started it. Now, does he like 710? No, he does not. Does he like half of the underworld? Not really. Tempest is kind of a lone wolf right now. But he himself is a good person. So it's like, you literally have no ammo anymore. Anybody's going to come after anybody. You'd be better off just playing a different game. Elite Dangerous looks pretty good for you. There's other things you can do. But you're not going to get anywhere doing this. Because we don't care.
Yeah, well,
We really don't.
I'm in a unique position to speak for all of the TheFragNinja, who play the game. And like I said, we don't even know you exist. We honestly don't. Those of us who are just sitting here minding our own damn business, we don't even know you exist. The only reason why I knew about the Amino Hub and the Galactic Hub is because I see them on Twitter. The rest of the TheFragNinja really don't give a shit. And I can't speak for everybody that's not a member of a Galactic Hub or a member of any clan. I can't really speak for them, but I can probably largely speak for the majority of the players who aren't involved in any of this shit. We don't care. And then when we're sitting here listening to this and hearing this stuff go on, we're like, what the fuck is going through their fucking heads? We think you're insane. So I'll just put this out there. Like, I've got no love for the Federation because I don't know them. I spent enough time with Spider to respect him in a way that, well, I don't want to rip his face off. And Lily here, you're welcome.
Hey, it's progress. Yay.
Hey man, I haven't stapled a landmine to his face and kicked him down a flight of stairs, so I think he's doing all right.
Yeah.
So
I love the fact that you remember that was your first thread about him. That's amazing.
what, staple a landmine to his face and kick him down a
Yes.
flight of stairs? That is like de
Yes.
facto standard response for all TheFragNinja. I will staple a landmine to your face and kick you down a flight of stairs. Now you know who you're dealing with. So you have to understand, I don't care about the Federation. I don't care about the underworld. I do, however, care about these two people. And I do care about the interactions that I have with other people. And I do care about I do care about minding my own fucking business. And then when I can't mind my own business, then it becomes a problem. And I guarantee you that the more people that you push around, the more that are going to join UN-42, the more that are going to join the underworld, and the more you're just going to have problems. And I think it's fucking stupid. So literally, you gotta stop your garbage. And you gotta take your bureaucratic bullshit and you gotta turn it sideways and ram it right up your ass as far as you possibly can. And get it the fuck out of my face. That's pretty much my message.
It's a good message.
And I honestly think that a lot of the players that come in here happy enough just to be able to relax from playing a game of whatever, like, yeah, that's why I come here, so I don't have to butcher people on Call of Duty or what have you. So, anyway, that's where I stand.
I would also just like to point out that I was at one time a Federation citizen, so, and I didn't like it, so that's why I moved to the underworld, because it was my thing, you know. And plus there was, you know, I mean, I have a whole backstory for it and everything, but that'll take like an hour to talk about. I don't feel like talking about that for an hour.
Yeah, Lily's just smoked the crack. She's all over the building. I blame you. It's all your fault. You gotta, you and your cartel there gotta fucking stop selling the Gek crack. It's refined Gek nip, you fuckers.
Yeah. I mean, we gotta make a living somehow.
Yeah, I still blame you. It's all your fault.
Yeah, well.
It is what it is. But yes, yeah, I think we're good. So what I'll do is, if you want, you can feel free to share the URL. If you are watching and you happen to like what you see, please feel free to like and subscribe and all that other YouTube bullshit. Remember, I am not monetized. I will not be making any money off of this or any other video, because I've been demonetized since 2016. Mostly because some of my members like to spell racial slurs in the middle of playing video games. So, that's the thing.
Could I just add one more thing?
I don't know, I suppose. What was that? Sorry, I missed it. I was too busy.
Oh, no, oh.
What did you want to add?
No, I just wanted to say that we're doing this. Lily Frag and I are doing this because we're passionate about the community and we're passionate about the game as a whole. And I think more often than not, that gets mistaken for, you know, like an excuse to cause like drama, or that's just like. I mean, this gets kind of like, as you kind of just like everyone as a whole now mistakes passion for like.
Well, if we're gonna get into that, it's just outrage culture in general. People in this day and age, they don't know how to relax, and that's problematic. And they have no vents, so what they end up doing is they find vents. Video games are a good vent because nobody actually gets hurt, quote unquote, and therefore they can. That's the same as Twitter. If you want to see the current state of affairs of the human mind, go and read Twitter for an hour. After you regain your sanity, you can sit down and you can analyze what you've just read. Most of it's insane. And the thing is that type of crap carries over into everything nowadays. And that, again, also problematic. And it's sad to see because it's so damn prolific. So I would honestly state that anybody that's going to sit there and A, make fun of this, or B, you know, laugh, or, you know, get outraged, dude, seriously, take a step back and look at yourself. You've got a problem, and it's probably something you should probably seek help with. You are a maladjusted individual and you need serious mental help. So, like, fix your shit. And it's prolific. It's everywhere. You see it on TV. You hear it walking down the street. Welcome to dystopia. This is the thing that William Gibson wrote about. We are sitting in it right now while we play it. It's a simulation that you can do whatever you wish in. And we are in that future. And you are making it a dystopia with your outrage. and your injustices, perceived injustices, and your decadence is what's making it fall apart. And if you don't understand this, my suggestion would be to pick up a history book and look at the last 6 empires that fell, and all of them were in this state. It's your choice whether or not you want to fix it, because it's the majority of people that are talking, that are engaging, that are setting the tone for society. If you want to be the one that sets the right tone, then for fuck's sakes, do it already. And your outrage culture is not going to help. My suggestion is to keep cool heads and learn to be respectful. Also, boobies are awesome.
Spider, did you get a DM just now?
Mm-mm. No.
Did we not just tell everybody to fuck off with your shit?
Reaction now is a terrible thing.
Let me just say that whatever is going on has nothing to do with me, or Spider, or Frag, or the cafe, or Wild Space. And if one person is out there doing retarded shit, then let them do retarded shit, but we don't care anymore. So
yeah. So the only reaction you're going to get is a non-reaction, at least from me anyway. I've got no horse in the race. I don't care. Get that through your skull. The level of care I have is 0. I don't care. And so take your drama, take whatever's going through your tiny little mind right now, put it into a little ball, put it in a suppository, go to the washroom and ram it right up your ass. Shove it up there so far you're choking on it. I really don't care.
Alright, so now that all the heavy shit's out of the way, since we no longer care, and we've said everything that we needed to say, and we've been increasingly blunt, shall we just hang out? Or shall we end it?
Well, it's up to you guys. We're just hanging around Ontario right now. And there's nothing to do except fly around, but I'm more than willing to shut down the stream. You guys can yak it out, and it doesn't really matter to me.
I think leaving it purely a statement stream might be a good idea. Honestly, that way we can actually just yeah.
Okay. Well, everyone that's been watching, thanks for watching. DMC, for fuck's sakes, hit me up, bro. And we'll talk. And thanks for watching. If you want to share this video, feel free. You don't have to like and subscribe. I make 0 money off of this. I haven't since 2016. So I literally have 0 horse in the race. So enjoy your evening, and remember, don't do anything I wouldn't do.